Hi everybody. Today we are going to talk about a lovely essence of yoga called Shakti. So Shakti is all the power of the universe contained in one seed. So all of that potential that comes from a seed that will grow a small plant with tons of food on it, or a bigger plant tree that'll last hundreds of years. All of that growth potential already exists in that seed. And then it becomes what it will become. So in yoga, there's a concept of being reflections of everything that's around us. So if a seed has the capacity to have that much potential and that power, so do we. And yoga is a practice that helps us cultivate and nurture ourselves so that we can bring out that energy, bring out that Shakti to help us become what we're meant to become, to fulfill our personal dharma or our spiritual path and path to serving other people in this world. So we're going to play a little bit with heart opening. We're going to play with heating up and cooling down. And we're going to be riding the waves of energy in that way. So make your way to a mindful seat. It's a little chilly in the room, so I'm going to zip up. But make your way to a mindful seat. Taking a moment to draw each thigh inward and back. It helps to smooth the flesh away from the sitting bones. Place your hands on your knees and draw them back. And feel into the breath. Notice how the body calms to experience the breath. And the mind cascades to catch up, to calm down, to find the capacity to be with the breath. Soften your senses. And allow your senses to expand into the space that you're occupying right now. Remember, you're practicing yoga. That's connecting the mind and the body. And when we connect the mind and the body, the spirit can play. That's when the mystery comes alive. The miracles happen. I invite you to slow the breath down. Make it very quiet. If you have any ounce of ujjayi or throat constriction, soften that and see if you can make your breath so soft and so quiet. Relaxing the shoulders and the throat to open to the breath. Now I invite you to take in a deep breath and see how long your breath takes, maybe 3 or 4 counts. And then make your next out breath twice as long, going into pushing a little bit at the end to make sure that you get all of the breath out, and then inhale the same that you inhaled the first time. So your breath becomes a ratio of 1 to 2, inhaling being 1, exhaling being 2. Remembering to sit long through the spine, broadening the shoulders. Let this next inhale be the last inhale that you count, and exhale normally, naturally, and feel the effects of deep breathing. We'll move into a pranayama called Surya Vedana, breath of the sun. It's an invigorating breath, but it's also calm. So we use the alternate nostril mudra. If you're not familiar with that, you can look up at the screen. And the thumb and the ring finger become a clasp. So we're going to inhale through the right, close it, and exhale through the left. And then repeat that over and over again like a circle. So with the ring finger on the left nostril, inhale through the right, close and exhale through the left. Close your left, inhale through the right, close the right, exhale through the left. Continue inhaling right, exhaling left at your own pace. With a long spine, head just situated at the top of the neck, floating. The next time you inhale through the right, release your hand back to your knee and breathe normally and feel the effects. Sweetly draw the palms together at the heart and take a moment to bow in, honoring yourself for getting to your mat today. And set your intention for this practice. We'll do one Om. Deep breath in. Rub the palms together, get them nice and hot, and then take that energy and share it with the rest of your body. And then come to all fours on your mat. We're going to start here in table. Planting the hands into the floor, tucking the tailbone round up through the back, drop the chin to the chest. Expand the tailbone skyward, drop the belly and the heart, and look up through the heart. Again, repeat. Exhaling as the back presses toward the sky. Inhaling as the belly drops. And back and forth, bringing movement to your spine. Awakening the energy that lives on the spine. And we're going to take the same motion, same breath, side to side. So the shoulder comes toward the hip, ear comes toward the shoulder. And then go the opposite way. Shoulder comes up, or shoulder goes to the hip, ear goes to the shoulder. Back and forth, breathing. Inhaling one way, exhaling the other. If you're going really slow, you can inhale to center and exhale to crunch. Beautiful. Next, come back to a neutral spine. Lifting the sitting bones, press up and back to downward facing dog, and then walk the heels out. Walking the heels out, pressing the heels down to extend through the backs of the legs. Now we're going to twist up our down dog. So just take one moment to press both heels down and extend fingertip to hips, hips through the heels. And then we'll roll onto the pinky toe side of the foot, but keep the hands planted. For those people interested in going to Vashisthasana and more familiar with that, we're not going to do that yet. We're just going to stack the feet like we would, Keep the hips high to maintain the down dog shape. Squeeze the legs together and press the thighs back. Nice quick side opener. Then we'll switch to the other side. So rolling the foot to the pinky toe side, stacking, lifting the hips and fanning the thighs back. Beautiful. It's always good to shake your head to get the tension to release. Breathe. Then come back to center. Come down to hands and knees. Big toes touching, knees wide apart. Take your stretch back to child's pose. Forehead connects with the earth and take some cleansing breaths. Beautiful. On the next inhale, roll up. Lift up and back to downward facing dog. And then walk the feet toward the front of the mat. Grab the opposite elbows and hang in forward fold. Shake the head no. Shake the head yes. And then power through the back of the hamstrings to lift the sitting bones toward the sky. See if you can elongate those legs just a little bit more. Going to your edge, no further than your edge. And on the next inhale, reach long through the fingers, come halfway up. Reaching long, pressing the thighs back. Bring the palms together overhead. Press the hands on the back of the head. And I'm going to disappear from view in a second, but your hands press into the palms, or press into the base of the hands. Notice how the back is flat here, and then track the neck long, keep pressing, and from here, root down through the feet, draw in through the belly, long flat back, come all the way to standing. Oh, I didn't disappear too much. Great, draw in through the belly and fold forward. This is great abdominal work. I want you to do 2 more of those, pressing in and rising up. Exhaling down, just to a flat back. As you rise, draw in through the belly, expand through the heart, lengthen and come up. 1 more. Beautiful. And then I want you to come all the way up to standing. Bring the arms up. Open through the heart. Reach the arms high. Fold forward. Bracing the floor and roll up. We'll do 2 more of those. Reach, fold forward, brushing the floor. And 1 more. Fold forward. Inhale to rise up. Palms come together at the heart. Beautiful. Release the hands to the sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. I'm going to walk my hands forward, but you can walk your feet back into downward facing dog. Bring the right foot forward into lunge. Bring both hands to the inside of the front knee and come to the pinky toe side of that front foot. Active toes. So spreading the toes wide keeps the knee from falling in any particular way. So if you notice that your ankle is bending inward or outward, fire up your toes more to keep that ankle straight. That'll keep the stretch in the hip and not in the knee joint. Then we're going to take the elbows to the floor and breathe. If your elbows don't come to the floor, you can take your hands wide and come as close to the floor as you want. If you're into a more strength practice today, you can claw the floor and do some push-ups here. So choose your own adventure. You're at home. 1 more breath. And then plant that foot. Keep your left hand on the floor and open into a twist, opening to the right side. Breathe. Elongate the spine. Then take your hand to the floor Step forward with your back foot. Step back with your front foot. Second side, both hands come to the inside. Take the front foot to the pinky toe side, firing up the toes to keep the ankles straight. And you can come down to the elbows if you'd like, or take the hands wide. Same deal. Or you can do some push-ups if you're going for more of a strength. Then a hip stretch. On the next in-breath, plant the front foot, plant the right hand, and open the left hand to the sky. Breathe. Exhale your hand to the floor. Step forward with your back foot, and then bring your seat down so you come to a seat. Basically, what we're going to do next is an arm stretch. So we're going to take our hands like this, nice and wide, and then make it so we're looking at two L's. Then you're going to take those two L's and put them right behind your head and pull the elbows in. And then try and stick your hand. As you pulled your elbows in, if your hand cheated up at all, you want to push those hands right back down into the mat. So let's try it if you haven't tried it with me. Come to lying down on your back on your mat with your knees straight up. Look for the L's, and then take those hands and place them right next to your head, and then bring your elbows in toward your face. So they're pointing straight up toward the sky. Then see if you can press down with your whole entire palm. Beautiful. Now that you're here, I want you to take 2 deep breaths just to get used to the shape of the pose. And after those 2 deep breaths, I want you to focus on your chest and your belly and see if you can relax anything back to the earth. Inevitably, something's popping up and propping. So you can pull your sternum back and help assist that. But see if you can just relax your thoracic area down into the mat. Use your breath and your awareness to cultivate what's needed in your body. Part of unlocking the power of the universe is unlocking that wisdom that is in your body, that our bodies are constantly trying to teach us something. So yoga pulls our mind into the body so that we can learn. Beautiful. One more breath here, keeping the hands glued to the floor. And then release them. Bring the left arm, I'll stay seated. Bring the left arm in front and grab a hold of the outside of the upper arm with your right hand. And then see if you can bring the back side of your shoulder back to the floor. And then take the left arm, same, put it over the head and let your hand drop down your back. Press the elbow into your other hand to elongate here. And then see if you can rest your head onto your arm onto the floor. Same deal with the rib cage and the heart. Can you relax that down into the floor while you're engaging in this stretch? One more inhale. And with the exhale, you can release your arms. Exhaling through the mouth helps to release the tension from the jaw. Some yogic breaths are through the nose, but it's kind of obvious about the mouth relaxing. Mouth breathing helps to relax a little bit more. But in terms of sustaining energy, we breathe through the nose when we want to sustain energy, conserve prana. So now we're going to move to the other side. So take the right arm across and grab it with the left arm. You're laying on your back. And then see if you can get that right shoulder to connect with the floor and relax the rib cage back. Beautiful. Keep breathing. It's great to relax your body wherever it can relax, but keep it engaged in the places that are helpful. It's the magic of yoga. Then we're going to take this arm that we're holding up over the head, grab a hold of the elbow, and let your right hand drop down your back, or it'll be resting over on the floor, whatever's the most comfortable, but inevitably we want to have the outer side of the arm stretching up toward the ceiling. And then you'll relax your head into your arm or into the floor. See if you can relax the rib cage back. Enjoy the stretch. Then release the arms. Let them fall to your sides. And letting both hands rest on the sides, bring the feet in so that they're maybe a hand's distance away from the seat. Roll the shoulders onto the back and then let them just relax toward the floor. Pressing down through the feet, letting the arms be connected and glued to the floor. Shoulders too, lift the hips up. Satchubandha. Slowly lower down. Lifting the hips. Using the abdominal muscles to try and articulate the spine to go up and down one vertebrae at a time. Notice if your glutes are clenching. See if you can relax them through the engagement and the movement. The next time the hips go to the ceiling, we're going to hold them. Walk your shoulders in just a little bit more. You can let your hands be apart if that feels good for you. You might also want to bring your hands together and make a fist like this. Palm to palm and releasing the fingers. We're holding here and rejoicing in the holding. Breathe. We're pointing our solar plexus toward the sky with our arms and legs grounded, letting the universe know that we're ready to feel the power that can create whatever we're trying to manifest in our lives. Satchubandha says, I am ready. Three more breaths here, enjoying the stretch. Can you relax your thighs a little bit more as your heart and belly power upward? Can you relax your hips? Can you relax your gaze? The next in-breath takes you to your highest potential of the pose. And with the exhalation, slowly lower the hips back down to the floor. Now we're going to rock, draw the knees into the chest, and do some circles one way. And then do circles the other way. Just a couple. Then bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Now, we're going to take the legs, and we're going to drop them to the sides. I need to get where you can see my ankles. So we're going to drop the legs to the sides, like that. The left leg will go over Then the right foot will go right on the left ankle. This way you can focus. This way you can focus on this stretch here and only go as far as it wants to go. You can practice some myofascial release with your body. So, of course, you're laying on your back with your arms to the sides. And then you control how far over you want your hip to go. Maybe it wants to go really far. Maybe it just wants to hang out up here. Maybe you want to be more curled up. But you can use this leg as a lever into your thoracic spine. If you need more tension, you can grab a hold of your thigh and pull it. Honoring your body. Using the tools that you have to open each part of yourself more. Remain connected with the breath. Feel into the parts of your body that are stretching. Notice if any parts of your body are propped and see if you can use your breath to invite them to soften. Deep breath out. With the inhale, come back up. Knees come up. You're gonna, we'll do one more spinal roll before we go to the other side. So with the palms flat, feet on the floor, lift the hips. We'll do a couple. Slowly lower. Notice how each one brings your spine back to a place of being centered. And after you've done enough to make your back feel centered from side to side and ready to twist in the opposite direction, you can twist the other way, bringing your left, bringing your right down. I don't remember which one you're on. So just twist in the opposite direction. Your body certainly knows. Bringing the knees to one side. And then we'll stack one foot onto the other ankle and just use your leg kind of as a lever to access the low back and the rib cage. So you can curl up, you can bring the knees up closer to your chest. They can be further away from your chest so you're more laying straight. But either way, you can use your leg. To develop the stretch that you need. And if you need to pull on your leg more to get into a certain area, you can pull anywhere on your thigh. You can grab your knee and pull it. Getting the nectar out of the stretch that's specific to you. Listen to your body's wisdom. If you're noticing any areas that are propped, try and soften them, especially through the rib cage, along the spine. Give your body permission to let go. And with the next in-breath, bring the knees up. This time come into happy baby pose, grabbing the outsides of the feet. And rock from side to side. Recently I've added driving the bus to my happy baby, so twisting the legs from the hips instead of just rocking from side to side. And then straightening one leg at a time feels nice and luxurious. What does your body love? Listen and do that, always, from now on. Beautiful. And then bring your feet to the floor. Let your palms rest face up and extend your legs long for Shavasana. You can pause this video if you need to grab your socks or a blanket or something. Lying down on your back, feel your body connecting with the earth. Let your limbs feel heavy. Let the front body soften into the back body. Let the whole body soften more deeply into the ground. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Before we totally zen out in this Shavasana experience, we're going to practice the mantra. We're going to practice Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotir Gamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. We're going to do a call and response, just little bits at a time. Try and do it just using your mouth without engaging any parts of your body. But as you're laying down, you'll notice if there are any parts of your body that are attached to your speech. So, may I observe what's real within the unreal. May I transform what's unreal to real. May I move from the darkness to the light. And may I transform my fear of death into the understanding that I'm immortal and my soul is infinite. Closing the eyes, settling, settling, settling. Repeat after me. Asatoma, Asatoma, Sadgamaya, Sadgamaya, Tamasoma, Tamasoma, Jyotir Gamaya,